Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Check Service Industry Podcast. I'm Reyshan Parker. I have a fantastic guest today. He is the CEO of one of my favorite pizza spots in the country. They're expanding. He started with them back in the 1990s, and he's returned in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome CEO and President of Donato's Pizza, Kevin King. Hi,
Hey.
Kevin.
Hey, how's it going, Reyshan? Nice to meet you.
You as well, sir. I'm super excited to hang out with you today because I remember seeing the commercials back when I was a kid, the edge-to-edge crust. There was no pizza like it until Donato's came along, and I love it. You want to just give me a little history and backstory of Donato's?
Yeah, Donato's was started by Jim Grody back in 1963. Jim grew up on the south end of Columbus, worked in a neighborhood pizza shop there. Early age, the owner approached him to buy it, and he thought it was a fantastic idea. He was 16 years old. He went home to his dad, and he said, "Dad, I want to buy this. I just need one thing from you is I still play football. So on Friday night, I need you to work, and I'll go play football, and I'll come right afterwards." And his dad said, "You're crazy.
Wow.
This pizza thing's a fad. You need to stay in school and finish." So he passed on that opportunity. A couple years later, Jim was a sophomore at Ohio State. He was 19 years old. The opportunity to buy Donato's, and he took it. He left Ohio State and bought Donato's and grew it into what it is today. A fantastic brand with great pizza and a great operating system that makes sure it's consistent every day.
Oh, I was so happy. So I grew up in Ohio. Donato's started in Ohio, so it was kind of our regional pizza. I moved to Savannah, and I spent years here. And about 5 years ago, you guys finally opened Donato's down here, and nobody knew what the hell it was, except for all us Ohio people down here who were super excited. There's a bunch of Ohio people down here.
Yeah, they came out of the woodwork, I think. So that's a great thing.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. And you're just opening a second location on Wilmington Island.
Yep.
So now I have two Donato's to choose from here in Georgia.
You do.
So thank you. How did you?
Tell all your friends. Tell all your neighbors.
I do. I get all the coupon recommendations.
That's good.
All day, every day. So how did you get involved with the company? Tell me your story.
So I came to Donato's in 1990. I grew up in Columbus, and I had met the family as a kid. And Jim and his oldest son, Tom Grody, and I grew up together. We went to high school, grade school, and college together. I went off and worked for Domino's Pizza for 5 years. He and I kept in touch, and Donato's wanted to grow outside Columbus, wanted to franchise. I was the closest thing they knew to anybody who knew anything about it, and came in 1990 and helped put the original franchise program together, and we grew from there. Spent 13 years here until 2003. So I saw significant growth, including the sale of the company to McDonald's, and I left near the end of that time.
Yeah, just to branch out for a while. And what brought you back?
You know, Donato's, first of all, I left and I went to two different brands. First, I went to Papa Murphy's out of Portland, Oregon. Moved my family from Columbus to Portland, had a great time there, was a part of their growth, built about 1,000 Papa Murphy's as the chief development officer in a little over 10 years, and great experience. And then I went to Smoothie King, which I spent 6 years with, built over 500 Smoothie Kings in that time as the chief development officer there. Jane Grody, who is our chairperson, and Tom Kraus, who was the previous CEO, we had always kept in touch, and they were thinking about succession and Tom's retirement, and reached out to me in 2021, and kind of the rest is history. Came back to Columbus and have loved every day since then. It's been great.
Full circle. I love it. So back in the day, you started out your career at Domino's?
Domino's.
So what did you start out just working at Domino's, or had you graduated college? And
I had graduated college, went to work for them in kind of an accelerated district manager program. I was young, single, thought I knew everything, had a good time. I was there just under 5 years, and I had I was in 3 countries. I had 9 apartments in 4.5 years. So I
Wow.
moved around a lot. I got to spend a year in Australia and almost a year in Canada, and then the rest in the US. And I learned a lot. It was a great organization. It was growing fast at the time, and it was a great experience.
So beyond Smoothie King, pretty much your career has been in pizza.
It really has.
Do you love pizza?
I do love pizza, and if you'd asked me, I was like, when I left Donato's in 2003, I went to work for Chase for 2 years. I said, you know what? I've never worked anywhere but in a pizza place. And I kind of thought that was the end of my pizza career. And a short 2 years later, I was back in pizza. And then I thought, okay, well, now I'm done with pizza, and was a part of Smoothie King. And then fate has, I am back here in pizza again. I do love the pizza business. I love the restaurant business. I love the franchising business, all because of the pace and really how you can impact people's lives, both on the associate side, teaching people work skills at a young age, which Donato's has always done. We've employed 14 and 15-year-olds for years, which you can do in Ohio with some restrictions. But we love to do it because we teach people work values at a young age. And a lot of them stay with us for a really long period of time. And I also love the franchising aspect. And when you help somebody get into business and you watch them and you follow them and see what they're able to create. And it's just been something that's incredibly rewarding to me. And I love being a part of it.
Nice. So obviously, there are some corporate stores. There's some franchise stores. I don't know what ours are down here. Do you know if mine are
Those
franchises?
are franchise stores in Savannah. Our corporate stores, our company stores are all in Columbus. We have 51 of. We have 64 stores in Columbus. 51 of them are company owned, and we love the 51 that we have. And outside Columbus, we think franchising is the best model, because the owner can be close to the guest, and we think that's important.
So I can go talk to my
Adam's
store
just down the road from you. His name's Adam
meet the owner.
Yeah, Adam Carina. He owns both stores in Savannah. He's a great guy. He's from Ohio originally. Loves living in Savannah and loves Donato's. So you got to go meet him.
I'm going to. I'm definitely going to. So you've worked at all these pizza places. What is it about Donato's that sets Donato's apart?
Well, it really starts with what Jim Grody did at the very beginning. And he always believed in serving a high quality pizza. And he quickly learned that you can't have quality without consistency. And so he did some early expansion in Columbus in the mid 60s. And he learned that he didn't have an operating system that would ensure consistent pizza day to day, shift to shift, or store to store. And he said something I think is very insightful. And he said this from the very beginning, is I'm not going to grow again until I can ensure that we have a consistent product. I think a lot of people would say, I'm not growing again. And Jim said, I'm not going to grow till I can have a consistent pizza served every shift in every store. And he set about making what I think is the world's greatest pizza operating system to ensure consistency. So we make our dough centrally here at our facility in Columbus. We ship it frozen to our restaurants all across the country. From there, we just have a fantastic process. We weigh every single ingredient that goes on that pizza. And it's not a food cost reason to weigh it. It's to make sure it's the same. And so that if you go in today into Savannah, you're going to get the same pizza as I would if I go to our East Broad Street store right around the corner here. We're going to get the exact same amount of sauce, the exact same amount of cheese, the exact same pepperoni. It's going to be
101 pepperonis.
There's at least 100 on every 14-inch large, but we do it by weight, not by count. So the actual count's a little higher than that to allow for some variance, but there'll always be 100 on there if you order a large pepperoni pizza.
Which is my favorite part, because I love pepperoni, and it is edge to edge. There's not a tiny portion of that pizza that does not have pepperoni on it. So
there is not. And that's part of, back to the consistency, like I said, is you can make a great pizza, but you can't make it consistent. People can't rely on it. They can't rely on it. It's not high quality. And so then that's where it starts. But then it's about the ingredients. It's making sure you use high quality ingredients. Donato's is abundantly topped. So we put more toppings on than any of the national brands for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and more than most of the local brands. So we rarely have somebody come in and say, "Hey, I want you to put more mushrooms on that pizza." Um, when we train new people or during our franchise discovery days, how I would tell you is, go ahead, put mushrooms on that pizza, and they'd put some on. They think they're done. I said, no, put more than that, and they put some more on. I said, no, more than that, and it's generally that third time where you get up to the right weight of our toppings, and we get credit for that from our guests because of the abundance, and we get credit for the consistency, and that consistency is so important.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to order Donato's pizza as soon as we're done.
Good. I hope everybody who listens to this podcast does.
For sure. So when this is going to be controversial, but so cheese stuffed crust, right? Everybody got on board, and I personally hate a cheese crust, stuffed crust. It's too cheesy. And the cheese doesn't seem right. It's just a mouthful of glue. So you know what I can't get at Donato's?
What can't you get? Stuffed crust?
Stuffed crust. Which I'm thankful for because it's awful. I don't know who eats it, who likes it, why they like it. There's enough cheese on a pizza that it doesn't have to go into the crust.
Well, if it's abundantly topped, there should be, Reyshan. We're known for our thin crust pizza. We have other crust types. We have a great hand tossed pizza. You might not even know that, but it's great.
I do. My wife likes the
We have a gluten-free crust, cauliflower crust that's absolutely to die for. It's fantastic. So, we do have crust variety. We're always looking and playing around with other crusts. We're known for our thin crust, but that's not all we do.
It's not, but it's
no matter
the best.
What you get, it will always be consistent and it'll always be abundantly topped.
I love that so much. So when you started back, and obviously in 2022, the nation's going through this whole health change, right? We've all become hyper aware of what's in our food, how our food's being processed, and particularly when it comes to fast foods, being way more conscious of what we're putting into our bodies. So has this affected the way that you're move forward with Donato's into the future as health fads change and we all become way more picky about what we're willing to put into our bodies?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's something that Donato's has always been on the forefront of. We eliminated things like MSG really early on. We've worked to clean our labels as much as possible and without sacrificing quality and taste of our food. We'll continue to do that. Health trends do change. What I think is the biggest difference today is awareness. The consumer can find out way more information today than they ever could. So we want to stay on the leading edge of that. Maybe not. We're not going to be all the way to, hey, this is health food, but we want to make sure our menu has a path to eat the way Americans eat. And if that means you're eating healthier, that we have a pathway on our menu for you to do that. The beautiful thing about pizza is you can really eat as healthy as you want. We got plenty of vegetables sliced fresh in our store every day: onions, green peppers, tomatoes. We have olives, and we got plenty of vegetables, but we also have some fantastic meat toppings. And we're always going to be looking at that. How do we keep that menu clean as possible, without sacrificing taste, which is incredibly important to people as well.
So I love your pepperoni. I do. But I have one tiny request.
What is that?
The old bubble pepperoni. The oold world Italian little. Yeah. Oh God, it's so hard to find these days.
It's something we've been playing around with a little bit. Is bringing it back as an additional item. Our pepperoni is famous. Our customers love our pepperoni, so we won't ever eliminate that pepperoni. But there are lots of different pepperonis out there, and that's one that we look at regularly to see, hey, should we bring that back for a while? See what people people want.
I expect a text message when that happens.
Okay, we'll get that to you. I'll tell Adam you'll be first in line.
Awesome. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna harass him about it on my own too. So let's say somebody wanted to help you expand once a Donato's pushing out west. How would one go about the process of becoming a franchisee?
It is super easy. You go to our website, you reach out on our website, you'll fill out a short form, and our sales team will contact you and start taking you through the process. We give a ton of information on our website about our franchise program to start you on your journey. And that journey will include us getting to know each other and making sure our values align, number one. And then number two, that we both think that you would be successful in doing this. And if both of those are a yes, then we're ready to move forward and help. We just opened our first stores in Texas in the fourth quarter. So we have a store in Frisco and a store in Flower Mound, one coming to Allen, Texas this spring. So we should have 5 or 6 stores open there by the end of the year, and we're super excited about it.
Welcome to Ohio-style pizza, Texas. I've been to Flower Mound, actually. There's a great farm-to-table restaurant that I was at in Flower Mound for a TV show, a show called Chefs of Texas. It's not out yet.
Okay.
But I went to Texas and hung out with a bunch of chefs, and one of the places we went in Texas was Flower Mound.
Well, we're right on 2499. So if you're familiar with Flower Mound, you can't miss Donato's.
Can't miss Donato's there. No, not at all. This is a super important question. What are you going to have for dinner tonight?
Well, we had pizza last night, and fortunately, I'm in a trade area where we have one of our test pizzas, a pizza that's not out yet, called Smoked Hot Honey. It's a fantastic pizza. It's our second in our hot honey line. We had a hot honey pepperoni, which was great for us, but you can get that today. Smoky hot honey is coming out in April, so look for that. It's fantastic. That's what we had last night, and tonight I'm not sure yet, but it probably won't be Donato's since we had pizza last night. But
you can't eat pizza every day.
We eat pizza regularly, and fortunately, she's a big fan, and I get to eat pizza many days during the week. But look for this new smoky hot honey pizza coming out in April. It's really, really awesome. And we have a hot honey chicken sub coming out with it. So both are fantastic.
All right. My birthday's in April. So
all right. We got a birthday present for you. I'll see if I can get Adam to hook you up.
I think you guys know. I think you actually do know my birthday. I'm pretty sure I get a text.
If you're in our loyalty program, then we probably do know your birthday. So.
You do, yeah.
I'll have to look you up. Make sure we do. We can send you. I can hook you up with a smoky hot honey and a chicken hot honey sub.
I'll get my own candles. So
awesome,
indeed. God, I think Donato's Pizza is literally one of my favorite pizzas, and I'm super excited for you guys to expand around the country. Is there any locations that you're looking to be the next frontier for Donato's?
So we got a lot of opportunity in Texas still. We're working on some franchise partners in Houston right now. We have a brand new franchise partner going to open in E-Town in Kentucky, Elizabethtown. And we have a franchise partner looking around in Maryland right now, trying to find that right location, in addition to continue to expand in Florida, Georgia, and around Ohio. We still got a lot of places here to build restaurants in Ohio. So I would say that's kind of a hot list, but any and all of those places, we're continuing to expand. We have a fantastic partnership with Red Robin. So if Red Robin is in your area, especially in the western half of the U.S., you can get Donato's Pizza on the menu there. So pretty much most of your listeners can find a Donato's Pizza close to them. So I encourage you to seek out either a Donato's regular store or a Red Robin store.
Do it, everybody. Go find yourself some Donato's. It's not as hard to find as you think. And if you've never heard of Donato's, now you have.
Yeah.
You're going to need to go find it.
100 pieces of pepperoni. Test it. Get that large pepperoni, whether it's Red Robin or in one of our traditional restaurants. You'll see it's got 100 pieces on it.
Edge to edge.
You got that right.
Awesome. So obviously, if you wanted to go find Donato's, I'm going to assume that you can just go check out donatos.com.
Donatos.com, you can find them. You can even find any of those Red Robin locations on there also. So it's the easiest place to go. We have a great online environment, great place to go, great app. You can download in the App Store or the Google Play Store and hook yourself up. Free pizza over time. Order in the app. So
maybe get a birthday present.
Yeah, could get. Yeah.
Reward points are always worth it. I love me that free pizza every once in a while.
Everybody loves free pizza. You work for a pizza company. You go anywhere, and they're like, "Oh, I work for Donato's." The next very question they have is, "Did you bring me free pizza?" And I'm like, "I'm at a parking lot. You giving me free parking?"
Here's a coupon.
That's right.
Well, sir, is there anything else that you would like to say to the viewers before we sign off here?
No, thank you very much. I hope you give Donato's a try if you're a regular. Thanks for coming back and enjoyed the time we spent together.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I never thought I would get to meet one of my pizza idols. So
Reyshan, look for Adam. Ask for Adam in your local Savannah stores. He's there regularly.
Yeah. I love that you just know the names of your franchisees just off the top of your head. You didn't have to look it up. You were just like, oh, Adam. Yeah, part of my family, Adam.
Adam's a great guy. He'll take great care of
Adam. For sure. All right, everybody, go get yourself some Donato's. Just go to Donatos.com, check it out. If you've never had Donato's, go at least look and understand what it is so you're going to know that you want it. And thank you, Kevin, for coming back to Donato's. Keep on expanding. And I'm going to go order myself some Donato's.
Awesome. Reyshan, thank you very much. Thanks. Had a great time.
Awesome. Well, cheers, sir. Say hello to Ohio for me.
I will.
And go eat something besides pizza tonight.
I'll do it. Thanks.
Order up.